I thought I would make this video this week because on Monday I reviewed Lights Out, which is based on a pretty popular short horror film. If you haven't seen it, there will be a link to my movie pilot page, to a movie pilot. There will be a link that you can click, and I've embedded Lights Out and all of the short horror films that I'm going to talk about in this video for your viewing pleasure. They'll be in one convenient place and you can just click the play button and watch them all. Hey there, creepy peeps, and welcome to another Weird Wednesday video. Today I'm going to be talking about my favorite short horror films that I have seen thus far. So I thought I would do this video because, you know, we should celebrate the short horror films as well as the feature length. Because it takes a lot of skill to tell a story in a short amount of time, horror or not horror. I'm always impressed. Like, the shorter it is and the scarier it is, like, the more impressed I am. Like, they don't need any time at all to scare the shit out of you. So I'm going to talk about some of my favorite short horror films and a few short horror films that I think deserve a feature film like Lights Out got. Okay, so I guess I'll start with my favorite. Lights Out is definitely a favorite one of mine. I kind of talk about this in my review from Monday, but I like that it plays on like a childhood fear of being afraid of the dark, and our main character, like, when she's scared, the first thing she does is runs and gets into bed and kind of pulls the cover up to her eyes and she hides under the covers, you know. It reminds you of when you were a kid, you know, when you think like, if I'm entirely under the covers, the monsters can't get me. The blanket acts like a shield, you know. Everyone knew that when you were a kid. So that's definitely one. That's definitely one of my favorites. Another one of my favorites is called Skype Mare, directed by John Fitzpatrick. And it's got, I'm definitely not gonna give anything away in these in these descriptions. So forgive me if kind of like I breeze through them really quickly because I don't want to give anything away. And they're so short too. You can just go watch them easily. So why would I spoil it for you? But Skype Mare is like, as you would imagine, it's two friends on Skype on Halloween night, and one of the friends witnesses something very terrifying happening to her friend through the computer. And it has a very clever twist. It kind of reminds me of like Unfriended a little bit, but better. I don't know. It just has like a really nice twist at the end, like kind of like it reminds me of like an urban legend almost. Like, I think it has urban legend potential for sure. Next one is 2 AM, The Smiling Man by Michael Evans. I found this one because I was telling one of my friends about the Lights Out short film, and I sent him the link and he sent me one for The Smiling Man. Not this one, a different one. It's like some creepy guy, like all painted white, and like a girl in balloons or something. And I actually didn't like that one very much. I thought it was a little bit boring. But since this one kind of has a similar name, this one came up as well in like the little related videos. So I watched this one, and this one was way more unsettling. It's actually, you know, it's like a guy walking the streets late at night at 2 AM, I imagine. And he encounters this very creepy man who just always is wearing a smile on his face. And that's very creepy to me. Someone's really creepy. It's just really unsettling to watch. So check that one out for sure. Next one I really like is He Dies at the End by Damian McCarthy. I put this one in here because this proves without a shadow of a doubt that buildup is everything in this. Like I went and like rewatched the very ending because the scary thing, I'll just call it the scary thing. You know, I'm not gonna tell you whether it's an entity or a monster or a person, but the scary thing, the thing that is scary about this is actually really crappily done. It's just this really crude thing. And I went back and like paused it to look at it and I'm like, this looks like something a kindergartner would do. It's really crappily done, but I still screamed out loud and jumped away from my computer at the end because the buildup was insane on it. It's just like some guy like clicking through these questions. You know, like creepy ones, it starts off like, are you alone? If you were to scream right now, would anyone hear you? Stuff like that, like, and it just builds and builds and builds and builds and builds until the very end. And it's, and the actual thing is so crappily done, but it just proves that build up literally is everything. Like, I don't know. I just thought it was great. I was so mad that that stupid thing scared me, but it was because of the tension that they built up. It was really well done. Last one of my favorites here is White with Red by Brandon Christensen. Again, kind of has like an urban legend-y kind of feel to it, and I think, if I remember correctly, it's based off of a creepypasta, I think. It's just a guy staying in a hotel room and he sees something that he's not supposed, well, not that he's not supposed to. He's told not to look in somewhere and he does, and then has a very creepy ending. I won't say much about that one. That one's really short too, so just go watch it. These two I've seen, and the first thing I thought when I was done watching it was, I need a full-length version of this. I need a full-length version of this. The first one is Alma by Rodrigo Blas. Don't know how you say that name. But it has a very, it's about a girl who gets lured into this store full of creepy dolls. She gets lured in by a doll that looks like her, so you know she's intrigued and goes in, and then I won't say anything else about what happens, but it looks like a Pixar movie. Like, it has that look to it, and I can just imagine, like, I can just imagine that coming out and kind of being marketed as a kids movie, and it just like turning, like, that could be the movie that just like turns the next generation of horror fans, you know? That'll be the movie that the next generation thinks back and like, oh my god, you remember that movie Alma? Like, it was so fucking creepy with the dolls, and it was just really, really creepy. And I don't get scared by dolls, and this one was actually pretty scary to think about at the end. The kind of like terrifying reveal at the end. It's really scary to think about. Still not really scared of dolls, but this one came very close to being actually really scary for me. The second one that I think deserves a feature film is The Sleepover by Chris Coolari. Basically, I just need more of this universe here. So they basically set, in this short little film, in this short little film, they set up this town that is basically, it reminds me of Scream. It's very self-reflective, kind of slasher. I feel like that's been, like, everyone's doing that with slashers now. It's such an easy subgenre to like make fun of and be self-reflective, you know? But basically, in this town, well, these two boys are having a sleepover, and the one is telling him like, we have a slasher, you know, like, and it's like the whole town knows about the slasher. Babysitters have to take training in like guns and martial arts and stuff like that. And you have to check under the bed and in the closet before you go to sleep, otherwise the slasher is gonna get you. I just need more of this universe. Like, I need this, I need a full-length version of this. It just reminded me so much of Scream, kind of like self-reflective, self-aware sort of deal, and I just thought it was really clever and almost kind of silly, but I don't know, it was really, really good, and I just need more of it. Like I said, there will be a link in the description box to my little space, my page, whatever, on Movie Pilot, where I have embedded all of these videos that I just talked about, so you can go watch them for yourself. And when you do, come back and let me know what you thought about them. Let me know what your favorites were, and let me know if there's any on here that I missed. Maybe what are your favorite ones? And if you can, provide a link or something so I can go watch them. I love watching short horror films. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, stay strange. Bye. Hey guys, be sure to watch my review of Lights Out. Link will be down below should you want to. Lights Out is based on the short horror film by that name. Yeah, all of my social media tags, handles, flashes, whatever, are over there if you want to follow me on other things and be friends. And there's a little clickable subscribe button right down there as well if you want to subscribe.